Hi, my name's Sara Colandrea. I'm the Andean bear keeper at the Smithsonian National Zoo.
And my name is Craig Saffoe. I am the curator of great cats and Andean bears at the Smithsonian's National Zoo.
Can you tell us about your experience at the Andean bear workshop at Inkaterra?
We've had a pretty wonderful experience here at Inkaterra, now on our second year. Last year we came and we were able to meet the other animal experts, the other bear experts who currently work at Inkaterra, and we were able to converse back and forth about issues that we both have with Andean bears and share knowledge back and forth. One of the biggest things that we learned was for ourselves about the natural habitat of Andean bears, and being able to be in this environment was wonderful. For Inkaterra, we were able to share some of our fortunate experience of having bred Andean bears. What we also discovered last year was that there was a significant desire from Inkaterra to learn about animal training, operant conditioning, and nutrition. So Sara came with us this year to work with the current keepers and animal workers at Inkaterra on operant conditioning.
How do you train an Andean bear?
There's a lot of different ways to train. What I showed them this time is called positive reinforcement. So it's using something as a treat, as a reward, to get the animal to do what you would like it to do voluntarily, without punishment, without any negative interaction. So hopefully they'll be able to work with Kina, who has a troubled past, and get her to trust everybody more and be more cooperative and do everything voluntarily.
Is it pretty similar to treating humans?
Sometimes. If you talk nice and you say please and thank you, you're more likely to get something done than if you scream at somebody and yell at somebody. So yeah, similar.
How would you describe Andean bears' behavior? How it differs from other bear species?
So we've learned that Andean bears are a little different than other bear species in that they're the only bear species in the whole world, who live and almost live completely in trees. Andean bears are well known to climb trees and actually make nests, very similar, like giant birds. They weave tree limbs together and actually make nests and sleep high in trees. No other bear species does that. And so that's one of the key differences in behaviors. From the other animals that we work with, we've found Andean bears to be extremely gentle, very affectionate. I think easy to work with if you take the time to learn about the bear instead of trying to force it to do something.
Yes, they're very curious. They want to see what's going on and everything that you're doing. The ones that we have at the zoo where we work, she always wants to see what you're doing. She always wants to be involved and be where you are. So they're fun to work with.
What are the outcomes of this workshop?
This workshop, the goal is collaboration. We want to build partnerships with people all over the world. We want to share some of our good fortune. In the US, we've had good fortune with being able to breed bears. I think in Peru, there has been less of an effort to keep captive bears in the same way that we do in the US. Now there's more of a push, more of an effort in Peru and the surrounding countries, Colombia, Ecuador, to actually breed bears in captivity and try to look further towards the future of reintroducing bears into the wild. And that may take years and years, but now the Peruvians have been smart enough to realize that in order to get to that goal years down the road, we have to start here. We have to learn how to manage the animals appropriately. So we have to learn how to have good husbandry management. We have to learn how to have very good veterinary care, very good nutrition for the bears so that they don't get overweight. All of that can lead to good breeding, which could lead to babies that could go back out into the mountains one day in the future. And so the goal is to build these partnerships of people who trust each other. We can visit each other's countries, we can visit each other's bears, share knowledge, and that's the only way to really achieve conservation, is to share knowledge across the whole world.
working with guinea pigs. Can you tell us about that?
Sure. So we had all the trainers that were at this workshop come in and try and train the cuy. These are very timid, very scared animals, so it was a great exercise for the trainers to learn how to work with animals that aren't necessarily wanting to be involved with people. And some bears may have bad past, like Kina, who's very timid and very scared. So it teaches them how to step back and be patient. And that's one of the big things that I was trying to teach them, is to be patient with your animals, give them positive rewards, and the animals will come around. And some of the Inkaterra trainers actually got their cuy to train for them, and they were searching out for the target, they were targeting and accepting rewards, and it was great. It was fantastic to see.
Do you remember the first wild animal you trained?
I do. The first wild animals I trained were bobcats.
And the first ones that I trained were cheetahs.
How was that experience?
Intense for me.
Yeah, same thing. It's always fun.
You never know how the animal is going to react, and you never believe that you're going to be able to actually get the animal to do what you wanted it to do. And when it finally happens, we call that at home
The aha moment.
when you can see in the animal's face when they say, aha, I get it, I'm supposed to do this.
Yep.
And it's you've successfully communicated with a non-human animal, and it blows your mind.
It really does.
What would be your piece of advice for kids who want to have your dog?
For kids that want to work with animals, go through school, study as much as you can, and then do the internships as soon as you can, volunteer, get as much experience working with animals that you can. So never give up on your dreams. Sometimes it's hard, it's extremely competitive, even in the US. So just keep going, keep trying.
And I would say the same, and really develop a sense of patience, because it not only takes patience, as Sara said, to get to where you can actually have a job working with animals, but once you have a job working with animals, it's very frustrating at times, because the animals don't understand what you want, and you can't magically make them better, you can't magically make them breed, so you can lose patience very quickly. So if you develop at a very young age a sense of patience, and kind of a zen moment, and take lots of yoga classes, and be patient, I think you'll be very successful working with animals.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.